That is right, my friends. You have tuned in to America's home for conservative, not bitter talk and education. It is a pleasure to be here this morning. Email address, todd@toddhuffshow.com. Facebook, YouTube, I don't know. Just a matter of time before they take us down there. Twitter. And it's good to be here this morning. So I want to start today. Yesterday we spent a lot of time talking about how President Biden has started a commission to look into the Supreme Court. Look into basically how to make it better. Basically, when you get down to it, how to get the court to go along with liberalism even more, with the radical left's regressive, not progressive, regressive agenda. The regressive agenda that seems to find problems with free speech, the regressive agenda that seems to find problems with Americans' rights to keep and bear arms, the regressive agenda that really has a problem with choice. There's one issue, there may be a second one, but one primary issue that the left is in favor of choice. And they'll say, my body, my choice. Of course, it's dealing with someone else's body when it comes to abortion. But nonetheless, that's the one issue where they believe choice matters. But every other area, you're supposed to bow down to the government, the experts, the technocrats. And so I want to do two things today, primarily. One, I want to start with an interview. Jim Acosta of Fake News CNN. He has on his program Dirty Harry Reid. This is a flash from the past. Dirty Harry Reid, that is a hat tip, the name there, a hat tip to the great Rush Limbaugh, who knew Dirty Harry, or Harry Reid, as Dirty Harry. Dirty Harry Reid used to be the leader of the Senate, the majority leader or minority leader, depending upon which particular session of Congress he was, we were in. And so he was on with Jim Acosta. I guess this was yesterday, or maybe this was even over the weekend now that I look at this. But I hadn't seen this until yesterday, late last night. So I want to play a soundbite from that. And then I want to talk about not just a commission for changing the structure of the United States Supreme Court, which is what Biden is doing. We talked about that again yesterday. But now we have a House committee, House of Representatives, that is about to vote on reparations. Every time I hear the word reparations, I'm reminded of the Indian wedding episode of Seinfeld when George demands for reparations from Jerry. Anyway, the House is voting, a committee is voting as to whether or not they will create a commission. This is what leftists and lovers of big government do. They create commissions to tell us things. Of course, these are people that are highly decorated experts. These are people we're supposed to have great, profound respect for. These are people like Dr. Fauci, for example. He wouldn't be on this commission, but just to give you an example, these are the people that we push out in front of the cameras and we say, this expert has said it is time to do this, right? Whatever this is. And this is usually, whatever this is at the moment that comes from a commission is usually something that walks lockstep with the radical left's agenda. And so I want to talk about that as well, the issue of reparations, but I want to start where I told you we wanted to start, And there's a couple things I might want to do in between those the two things in particular, but I want to play this discussion, this conversation, of a clip of this conversation between Dirty Harry Reid, and Jim Very Fake News Acosta, as Trump called him. I want you to listen to this. I want you to hear Jim Acosta seems a little bit discouraged by what Harry Reid is saying about packing the court here. You could tell, they've come to this moment. Again, I've said this several times. I just think it needs repeating. I think we need to truly understand what is going on in the minds of today's leaders of the Democrat Party. Couple of things. Number one, you've seen a little bit of conflict between Nancy Pelosi and AOC. And if you haven't seen that, I will tell you that now is in existence, and it has been for some time. Remember AOC, they were trying to get a different speaker than Nancy, but look, Nancy Pelosi's a lot of things, even a lot of bad things, one might say. But she's good at playing politics. She knows how to do this. She knows how to get the votes she needs. She knows how to get herself elected and reelected and all this sort of stuff. She knows how to become basically a lifer in Congress, and even the speaker. You don't accomplish that feat by not knowing what you're doing, especially in the Democrat Party. But you've got some tension in the Democrat Party, but you also have some eager expectations. And those expectations are that this is our chance. This is our chance to truly build back better. That was the stupid slogan that Biden used whenever he decided to campaign in front of 8 people in cars, sitting in cars outside a stage. The cars are even socially distanced. Occasional honking, as I've said to you before, is when someone dozed off in the car and their head landed on the steering wheel and honked the horn. Guarantee it. That is the source of any honking you heard, because nothing the guy said was worthy of a horn honk. Maybe they were trying to honk at him, I suppose, to get him back on track. Joe, you're talking gibberish. Honk, honk. Get back on the subject. Of course, that probably still wouldn't help. But anyway, when he did decide to campaign, he used this phrase, build back better, right? And I think for a lot of people, they don't really understand what is packed into those 3 little words, build back better. For the radical left, and even for a big chunk of today's Democrat Party, build back better means to pack the court. Build back better means to change anything, even with their voter fraud laws they're trying to pass, even with these voter fraud pieces of legislation that they're trying to introduce in H.R. 1, the so-called For the People Act. Give me a break. This is their opportunity. This is their chance. Allows them to build back better and to change anything. And I mean anything, folks, that allows Republicans any sort of advantage whatsoever to win. They want to eliminate that. It is not just to advance their ideology at this particular point in time. It is about making positive that Republicans never become a majority party again. These individuals in the Democrat Party and some of the radical leftists that they represent around this nation, just a percentage. This isn't all Democrats, and I've made that clear if you've listened to this program for some time. But there is a chunk of people in the Democrat Party who are radically unhinged, off the spectrum, insane. Common sense has long since left the building with them. And they are completely living in a world of post-Trump stress disorder. It's kind of like it's a form of PTSD. They do not want, under any circumstances, under no circumstances to have to deal with what they've dealt with President Trump. That was terrifying for them. President Trump came in and talked about building a wall. Are you kidding me? President Trump got people to vote that never voted before. President Trump got more of the black vote than any president in modern history. He was attractive to the Hispanic vote. This is bad news for the left. This guy represented so much, and when he got into office, he just didn't say things and then sit back and not do them. He actually tried to implement the agenda that he ran on. This was terrifying for them. They had no control. Their only opportunity was to attack this guy, malign this guy at every turn, was to sick the likes of Jim Acosta on President Trump, was to create fake stories like the Russian dossier. All this stuff. This was their only opportunity. Russian collusion, all this silly, stupid, ridiculous stuff. This was the only chance that they had, they thought, from preventing them. This, you got to think, their goal is to build back better. And what that means is to remake America into some radical leftist nation, to remake America as something different than as founded. President Trump was taking it back. Make America great again. Oh, that sends shivers down their spines, my friends. Make America great again. That is the opposite of building back better. In fact, that is taking America, doubling down on the principles the founders enshrined in our Constitution and Declaration and the Bill of Rights and so forth. This cannot happen. And so they feel like they defeated Trump, and it took everything they had. It took 92, 93, 95, whatever percent it is, of negative, nonstop news coverage attacking the president for 4 years. It took that nonstop. It took the likes of Jim Acosta. It took the likes of Vox and Vice and all these organizations and the mainstream media and all these make-believe journalists out there to constantly wage a propaganda war against the president of the United States, the former president, to get them to this point. And they were on, they felt like they were on the edge of losing it all. They thought this guy could possibly get reelected. And then this idea of building back better probably, it's never permanently defeated, but at least put on a major hold, and they could not have that. And they are suffering, and I say these things just to make a point. They might think it's equivalent to PTSD. Some of them do, I'm sure, but it's not. But it's a similar, much less intense, of course, but it's similar, and they experience an event of Trump, and they are not. They are triggered by any mention of his name. They are triggered by any person out there that reminds them of Trump. That's why they are hell-bent on stopping the likes of Ron DeSantis. They are hell-bent on stopping the likes of Matt Gaetz. And look, I can say that without even knowing, and I don't know. I don't know what of these things that these folks have been accused of are true or not or whatever. But the point is that I know, every ounce of my fiber knows, that that is their mission. That is their mission, whether something is true or not. Their mission is to stop these guys. They do not want to be staring down, looking at another potential Trump-esque figure. They don't want that. They've seen what that does. They have seen how that energizes people to vote. They have seen how that creates a movement that they thought that they were 1 foot hanging off the cliff of falling from their desires and their dreams and their ambitions to do what they're trying to do now. They were just, even though Democrats control the House, the Senate, and the presidency, you look at the number of things that had to just tip in their favor slightly. If these things would have tipped in Republicans' favor, we could have quite easily a President Trump, a Republican Senate, and possibly the House was a little bit further off, but Republicans weren't too far off from that. We could be looking at a dramatically different situation. And they realized that it took every ounce of their energy, every ounce of their fake news, every ounce of their propaganda, every ounce of their insatiable, nonstop attacks against the president of the United States to get them to this point. And so they see that finish line. They see the finish line, which is establishing an election that, with the For the People Act, that does not allow the president or Republicans to have a legitimate chance of winning. And they're cool with that. That is a good thing. And then on top of that, they want to actually change this nation as founded. They want to change this nation from being a nation founded upon liberty, the Constitution, and they want to make it to, candidly, a bigger state. They want to make it more socialist, one would say. They want to provide you with things the government should do for you, whether it be, it doesn't matter what it is. Government liberals making decisions on behalf of everyone else. It's a technocracy, right? It's technocrats. It's experts. We're ruled by experts. We're being told gradually that we're too stupid to live our lives. We're too stupid to know how to do anything. And the experts have to come in and tell us what to do. And we're just supposed to blindly follow, ask no questions, have no problems. We've seen this with Dr. Fauci and COVID. I am amazed by how many times we've been told truly conflicting, opposite things within a short period of time. Media has no problem with this. This video on, I'm talking here on the radio too, but the video version of this may come down off of YouTube because of that simple statement. Anyway, Oz is telling me it's time to take a break. She's right. When we get back, I want to play a soundbite of this interview with it's Jim Acosta and Dirty Harry. Play that. Get into some other things as well. Quick timeout is in order. Be back here in just a minute.
Had enough of the cancel culture? Why not fight back by directly supporting the advertisers who make this program possible? Visit supportouradvertisers.com to give those who help bring this program to you the opportunity to earn your business. Find out more about businesses like Ward's Apparel, Edwards Equipment, and Indiana Wooded Paradise Retreat by visiting supportouradvertisers.com today.
This is the sound of your typical do-it-yourselfer in completely over his head.
For heating, plumbing,
and electrical done right.
Call Mr. Quick. Call Mr. Quick. Dial the number, spell the words. For on time.
There is plenty to worry about these days. If you're working with Blake Hornsby at Northwestern Mutual, your retirement and financial security doesn't need to be one of them. Blake is a time-tested financial advisor with over 20 years of experience at Northwestern Mutual. For an independent review of your financial planning needs, call Blake and mention the Todd Huff Show for a free initial consultation. Call 317-215-8322 or visit blakehornsby.com. Invest in your peace of mind with Blake Hornsby at Northwestern Mutual. Fireplaces can be beautiful and even essential in heating some homes. But did you know they could be dangerous to your family if not properly maintained? Chimneys need to be cleaned and inspected annually. My family and I had Smalling Masonry inspect ours. They are friendly, informative, on time, and helped us use our wood-burning stove more efficiently. Call Christian-owned Smalling Masonry today at 317-903-8121 and mention my name, Todd Huff, for a 15% off chimney inspection and sweep.
There's a lot going on in the world today, and with so much going on, it's sometimes hard to maintain balance. Jesus said in John 16:33, "In this world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world." I'm Pastor Jeff Floyd of the Martinsville First Church of the Nazarene. To experience how life can be better with Jesus, come worship at M1 Church at 10 a.m. this Sunday, 1609 John R. Wooden Drive in Martinsville, or catch our live stream service on Facebook at M1 Church. For more information, visit m1nazarene.org. Have a great day today in Jesus.
Quality glass windows and doors add value to your home or commercial space. At White's Innovative Glass, our family-owned and operated company will work with you to ensure we understand your vision before we begin. And if you don't have a vision, we can help with that too. We proudly stand behind our work and look forward to your call. Right now, we're offering 15% off your next project. Visit our website at whitesinnovativeglass.com/Todd.
All right, here we go. $100 down, $200 back at $300.
I went to my first firearms auction a few years ago. It was hosted by TJ Freegee, one of my good friends from high school, who is a champion auctioneer and one of the best in the business. In spite of objections from liberal legislators, I walked away with a .22 rifle and a few boxes of ammunition. And I had a great afternoon with my grandpa that I won't soon forget. If you've ever wondered what treasure you could find in an auction, visit FreegeeAuctioneers.com and take a look at their upcoming Central Indiana auction schedule. That's Freegee, F-R-E-I-J-E, auctioneers.com. Visit FreegeeAuctioneers.com.
Hi, I'm TJ Freegee, owner and lead auctioneer at Freegee Auctions and Marketing. I invite you to come see the power of live auctions. It's fast, it's fun, it's transparent, and it's the absolute best way to ensure you get fair market value for your asset today. Get results, go auction.
Does your business have a plan for social media marketing? Are you reaching the right audiences through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and the list goes on? Are you learning from the data? Jarbo can help. Our team doesn't just come in and tell you how to be successful. We help you execute and measure your sales and marketing efforts. Give us a call at 317-834-6560 or visit us online at jarbomarketing.com. That's jarbomarketing.com. Make social media work for you.
Welcome back, my friends. By the way, my vast team of attorneys has informed me I must remind you that listening to this program may in fact cause you to lean to the right. So be very cautious out there. Today, this morning, operating heavy machinery. Heck, if you're listening to this as a podcast walking, you might find yourself drifting off to the right. Just be very, very cautious today as we do that. By the way, the program also brought to you by our friends at Indiana Geothermal. Indiana Geothermal provides geothermal systems here in central Indiana. For more information as to whether or not a geothermal unit is good for you, would save you and your family money on your heating and cooling bills, check them out, indianageothermal.com, 317-829-1490, 317-829-1490, indianageothermal.com. They'll get you some information to review your options and to see if that is a good fit for you. I've known the folks there for G&E probably, I'm telling you what, it's getting close to 20 years now, probably at least 15, 17, 18, something like that. IndianaGeothermal.com. So I promised you this soundbite. This is Jim Acosta talking to Dirty Harry. I should say, let me back up. I should say Jim Very Fake News Acosta interviewing Dirty Harry Reid on Very Fake News CNN. It's a perfect trifecta here. You got so much wrong with this picture. Anyway, Jim Acosta is talking to Dirty Harry about packing the court. About packing the court and about this Biden's commission to study the Supreme Court. I want you to listen to this. I want you to see. You can't see it. I want you to listen to it. You'll hear it. The disappointment, the utter disappointment in Jim Acosta's, well, you can't see his eyes, but you can hear it in his voice. It's like, come on, Harry. We fought so hard for this point. Everything I said last segment kind of set the framework of getting Biden to, have this commission. And now you're telling us the commission may not find that we should pack the court. Harry, I thought you were a fighter is basically what he says here. I want you to listen to this again. Jim, Very Fake News Acosta, talking with Dirty Harry Reid on Fake News CNN. Here you go.
Something sort of thought-provoking came out of the Biden administration this past week, and it didn't get a lot of attention because there's so much going on in the news. He's now created a commission to look at adding seats to the Supreme Court, other ideas that some progressives are pushing for. They want to see the court's conservative majority be balanced. Where do you stand on that? Do you think it's a good idea to add seats to the Supreme Court?
I think we should be very, very careful in doing so. I have no problem with the commission, but I think that the commission is going to come back and disappoint a lot of people, because I think they're going to come back and say we should just kind of leave it alone. I think it would be inappropriate at this time, after that long history we've had in the country, have term limits for judges. I think that we better be very, very careful in saying that we need to expand the Supreme Court. I think we better be very, very careful.
Okay. Former Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, I think some people might be surprised to hear you say that, because you were definitely a fighter when you were in the Senate and like to take it to the other side. But it sounds like you're urging caution moving forward in that regard. Senator Reid.
Let me just say one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The filibuster is on its way out. It's not a question if, it's a question when. You cannot have a democracy if it takes 60% of the vote. And so it's only a question of time till the filibuster goes away.
All right, Senator Reid, we'll see if that happens. Thanks so much.
Jim Acosta is dumbfounded. The wind has been taken out of his sail. He's like, I got this guy on here, Dirty Harry, who's not afraid to do whatever it takes to win. He's a fighter. Democrats are fighters whenever they do whatever it takes. Republicans, when they fight back, are Nazis and all this sort of stuff. By the way, did you notice how he framed this? I get tickled by this stuff. It entertains me to no end. Now it's dangerous. Don't misunderstand as well. But Democrats at this commission is thoughtful. Hey, suddenly maybe there's some things we need to do to change the Supreme Court. And all the academics stroke their chins and, we got to take this seriously. And it may be time. It may be time to do this, as though it's some sort of it was something that they were even considering or mentioning when Trump was president. Of course, that's been completely false. If Trump would have introduced this, if Trump had a commission as to whether or not he should expand the court, can you imagine the people flipping out of their minds saying that this was an assault on our democracy? This president is trying to establish his legacy and fundamentally changing this nation forever. And they would have been wailing and crying from the rooftops. Jim Acosta would not have been sitting down with, say, a former Republican senator and questioning whether or not this commission, this thoughtful commission, would have been, if it would have make a recommendation to actually change the justices, the number of justices on the court, and so forth. Folks, this is all about power. This is so patently obvious. This isn't even good political theater. Normally, they at least try to engage in some good political theater. Now, they're all playing a game. They're all stroking their chins and acting like, this is very thought-provoking and this is an important discussion to have. Of course, it's important to have at this particular point because they control the power. They don't stand to lose anything. They're trying to pull a fast one on the American people because there is no risk here. If they don't get away with it, they just start where we are today. If they get away with it, they get to fundamentally remake this nation. They get to build back better. Blech. That's what they get to do. Are you going to let them do it? Am I going to let them do this? Are the American people going to let them get away with this? Remaking America right before our very eyes as they stroke their chins and contemplate the deep, profound questions before us that only arose when they had complete control of the House, the Senate, and the executive branch, the presidency. What a coincidence. Anyway, timeout is in order. When we get back, I want to talk a little bit about something else we got a commission on. These commissions are going to start coming out of our ears. These commissions are going to find the technocrats, the experts, are going to find all sorts of things that America can or should or even must do at this critical point in time. And the latest is reparations. Reparations, as Costanza would say. Timeout's in order. We'll come back and talk about that. You're listening here to the home of conservative, not bitter talk. I'm your host, Todd Huff. Back in just a minute.
Stay on top of the nonsense our colleges are subjecting students to today by listening to Todd's monthly interview series with Matt Lamb, assistant editor of The College Fix. Listen at toddhuffshow.com/college. Brought to you by Apprentice University. With so many societal changes, everyone's talking about apprenticeships and college debt. Businesses seek employees with practical problem-solving skills. Visit apprentice.university to learn about our demanding academics and paid apprenticeships in excess of tuition. No debt, in-demand skills, Christian community.
Our word can't be diluted because we are taught that a promise is a commitment in which you always follow through. No ifs, ands, or buts. So every time you walk through Greg Hubler Chevrolet doors, you can count on the advice and expertise we provide you. Because when we make a promise, we keep it. Greg Hubler Chevrolet. Promise kept. Visit GregHublerChevy.com. Find new roads.
Are your health insurance premiums making you sick? There is a cure. With the Pro-Life Health Plan, your savings could be as much as 60%. The Pro-Life Health Plan allows you to enjoy the freedom of choosing any doctor, any hospital, anywhere. And their enrollment is open year-round. Just give Eric a call at 888-448-5370 or visit them online at isellhealth.com. Better coverage at a better cost.
When life is hard for the women you care about, there is help with issues such as widowhood, anxiety, depression, or abuse. They don't have to go through it alone. Peace Restored is there to walk with women through the journey. Peace Restored helps women through free mentoring, counseling, and education. When life is hard, Peace Restored is there to help women you care about find hope and healing. To learn more, visit peacerestored.net.
Are you looking to purchase waterproof flooring for your home? Did you know it's as easy as typing rnrproducts.com/Todd in your search engine for a great deal on our core tech line? Since 1971, R&R Products has provided brand name products at an affordable price to the listening area. Call 317-745-5794 or go online to rnrproducts.com/Todd. R&R Products. We make your flooring experience easy and affordable.
Healthcare is expensive and complicated. Did you know that as a Christian business owner, it is possible to provide access to affordable health benefits for your employees? Remodel Health has helped employers across the United States save over $22 million in the past 3 years. Our innovative approach allows your employees to have the health benefits they need at a cost you can afford. Go to remodelhealth.com/Todd to help your employees find the health care they deserve. Remodel Health. Rethink employee health benefits.
Not again! There's never any hot water left for my shower. Everyone else gets a nice long soak and I'm left with ice water. I'm calling Commercial Service about their latest offer on tankless water heaters. I can save up to $800 on an installation. No more cold showers for me.
Call the partner you can trust. Call Commercial Service at 812-339-9114 or online at commercialservice.com. Commercial Service. Commercial grade service for your home.
The printing industry has changed a lot since we opened for business in 1931, but what our clients expect from us really hasn't changed. Quality print, fast turnaround, and competitive prices. We've learned a lot at Moeller Printing over 86 years and 3 generations. Why not put that experience to work for you? Call 317-353-2224 and mention discount code RADIO to receive 10% off your first order. Call Moeller Printing at 317-353-2224.
Have you seen the price of custom cabinetry and countertops lately? If you're looking for quality, affordable remodels, call Carriage House Woodworking. Our helpful professionals will walk you through every step of the process. We're offering a free sink base with qualifying purchases. Just enter CHWEINC.com/Todd or call 317-406-3042. Call Carriage House Woodworking. You won't have to spend your kids' inheritance just to upgrade your kitchen.
Welcome back, my friends. Going to talk now a little bit about the latest commission that may be on its way to a Congress near you, and that is Commission on Reparations. Reparations. I've said on this program quite a bit that if you wanted to find a way to make sure that this concept of unifying America was completely, the odds of that happening would be zero, then ask one group of Americans to cut a check to another group of Americans for something that they, the people writing the check, had nothing to do with. Nothing to do with this issue of reparations dealing with slavery. WashingtonExaminer.com. Headline of the article, House set to vote for Slavery Reparations Commission. Here's what the article says. A House committee this week will take an unprecedented vote to create a commission, of course, this is what leftists do, to study providing federal reparations. That means via federal taxes, which, if a liberal's tuned in here today, federal taxes are paid by Americans. It's, the government doesn't create money. It taxes Americans to get money, businesses, individuals, and that money comes to them through the form of taxation. They don't create any, they don't produce anything. I guess you could say that they don't produce anything in a traditional sense, but they do use the funds. I mean, I'm not arguing for zero taxes. That's not at all what I'm saying. I am saying that they have to tax people and take money from people in order to fund whatever either legitimate purpose or ludicrous purpose that they have concocted in their minds. And so now we're looking to have a study to look into the possibility of reparations paid to the descendants of black slaves. House Democrats say they have the political momentum to advance H.R. 40 to an act to create a commission to study and develop reparation proposals for black people. Jerry Nadler has some things to say about this. The historic markup of H.R. 40 is intended to continue a national conversation about how to confront the brutal mistreatment of African Americans during slavery, segregation, the enduring structural racism that remains endemic to our society today. The Judiciary Committee, run by Democrats, is expected to advance the legislation to the House floor in a vote on Wednesday. That would be tomorrow. While the reparations bill was first introduced more than 3 decades ago by the late Representative John Conyers, a Michigan Democrat, the measure gained traction in the last 2 years after Democrats regained control of Congress and a new racial justice movement spread across this nation. The bill's sponsor, the great Representative Sheila Jackson Lee from Houston, Texas, a Democrat from Texas, told CBS News last week, the timing is great. You know why the timing is great? Because they've got power. And they've got a full-on blitzkrieg assault on different fronts they're fighting to advance their liberal agenda in all directions, from packing the court to sneaking in, parts of the Green New Deal and the so-called infrastructure bill. By the way, Ted Cruz said 5% of the infrastructure bill was for actual infrastructure. Other studies have shown the biggest percentage I've seen is 37%. So, at best, only $1 out of every $3 spent in this monstrosity that now the parliamentarian is allowing Democrats to use reconciliation again to pass this thing. Only $1 in $3 at best. At worst, maybe $1 in $20 is actually spent on infrastructure. So they're pushing in all sorts of directions here. She says it's the perfect time. The timing is great. Representative Sheila Jackson Lee. Democrats believe, going back to the article here, they can leverage recent civil unrest related to police misconduct as well as opposition to new red state voter laws and anger over wealth disparities to help push the bill into law. That's exactly correct. That's what they want to do. That's why one of the reasons why they're crying so much about this bill, this piece of legislation, the law now passed in the state of Georgia. That's why they're saying how racist it is and so forth. Of course, anyone who studies this, anyone who knows what it says, knows that is patent absurdities and nonsense. But nonetheless, this is where we find ourselves today. And as such, this is part of the reasons why we need to look and have a commission look into the possibilities of having reparations paid to descendants of slaves in this nation, paid for by those of us who were not. So, quick timeout is in order. You're listening to Conservative Not Bitter Talk. We'll pick up on this when we get back. Sit tight, back in just a minute.
Looking to make a conservative, not bitter fashion statement? Check out our apparel online, including brand new items at toddhuffshow.com/shop today.
Need to refresh or renovate your commercial space? Call Interior Construction Services today, providing the highest level of quality construction at a competitive price. Our service-minded team is here to deliver the detail-oriented environment you're looking to create, on time and on budget. Call us at 317-991-4660 or visit us online at interiorconstruct.com. Interior Construction Services. Progressive, productive, professional.
Hey Indy, Sid here with Kill a Dent Removal. We specialize in a paint-free repair process known as PDR. Our certified master technicians remove dents and dings of all shapes and sizes, including hail damage, with zero body fillers, zero painting, and zero diminished value. Most repairs are completed the same day, many even while you wait. Check us out at killadentremoval.com. And remember, folks, don't paint your car, go PDR.
Flooded basement, failed sump pump. Water damage happens fast this time of year. For 38 years now, Hayes & Sons has been restoring water damage in Indiana homes and businesses. They'll help you navigate your insurance claim and get your life back on track. So when a water disaster strikes, tell your insurance agent you want Hayes & Sons for your restoration work. Visit hayesandSons.com/Todd for more information.
Geothermal tax credits are back, making this the perfect time to install a new Climate Master geothermal system. Take advantage of this limited time 26% tax credit and begin cutting your heating and cooling bills immediately. Visit indianageothermal.com/info to get your free Climate Master information kit or call 317-829-1490. Visit indianageothermal.com/info or call 317-829-1490. Geothermal, it's cheaper than you think.
What if your bank treated you like a person instead of an account number? What if you could sit across from the person you are opening an account with or requesting a loan from and have an actual conversation? You may be thinking, Todd, that's crazy talk. Well, not at Citizens Bank. Come visit them in Monrovia and meet Nick Gibson, their new branch manager, and the rest of their staff. Or give them a call at 317-831-0110. Citizens Bank is an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Hunting, fishing, bows, guns, ammo, safes, and more. The Outdoorsman Sports Shop in Greenwood has all the gear you need for your outdoor experience. We have a huge selection of brands that other shops don't carry, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to answer all your outdoor adventure questions. At Outdoorsman Sports Shop in Greenwood, you can even hone your archery skills at our indoor shooting range. Find us online at outdoorsmansportshop.com. So get outdoors, but bring the right gear.
Family owned since 1973, Edwards Equipment at 1375 East Main Street in Danville is ready to meet your equipment needs by selling, renting, and servicing several makes and models of lightweight residential or heavy-duty commercial equipment. We carry and service top-name brands like Ferris, Kubota, Steel, Gravely, Honda Power, Land Pride, and more. Visit edwardstractor.com or call 317-745-6427 to check out our clearance specials today. At Edwards Equipment, we don't just sell you any piece of equipment, we sell you the right piece of equipment.
Welcome back, my friends. Program brought to you in part by our friends at Greg Hubler Chevrolet in Canby. just a short trip south down Kentucky Avenue, State Road 67, south and west of the city of Indianapolis. Greg has been a friend of this program and an advertiser for some time. Check him out. GregHublerChevy.com is the website, GregHublerChevy.com, or visit them in person. Take a look at what they've got on the lot. See if they can help you find what you need. They are located again in Canby on State Road 67, just a little bit south and west of Indianapolis, and it's a pleasure to have Greg on the program. You know, we're talking about reparations here, and we're talking, you know, you look at the way that we get to these conversations and the way that we get to these issues. One of the things that the left has been successful in convincing people of is this idea of systemic racism, meaning that our systems, sure, we don't have slavery anymore, leftists might say, but that system that once said that a man, a woman could be the property of another human being, it still has systemic problems. It's a broken system. And so these things manifest themselves in all sorts of ways. For example, they'll say things like, you're unconsciously biased. You and I are unconsciously biased. But we need a liberal to tell us that, right? A liberal will tell us, an intellectual liberal will tell us just how or how biased we are. Now, of course, they don't have any bias. Or if they do, they're very conscious of their bias so that they can be unbiased in their analysis of our biases. This is how this game is played. And people buy onto this. I don't understand. I do in one sense because people aren't free thinkers, and they also think that the people in positions of authority are smarter than they are. They are not. God gifted you with a brain. You may not be, you're not an expert in everything. I'm not an expert in everything, but you know what? We know how to think. And these things make no sense, and they've gotten to the point where they literally have convinced a lot of people who suffer from white guilt or from the guilt of prosperity or whatever to think, you know what? I think I should. I think we should. I think someone else should pay people money, pay reparations. And it's really unfortunate. It really is. It truly is to think that you're going to hold people accountable financially for something they literally had nothing to do with. Here's something I want to report. One of the things that has fueled this movement towards this concept of reparations is the Black Lives Matter movement, who, by the way, you see one of the co-founders, one of the three co-founders just bought a $1.4 million house. Look, I don't care how much people spend on a house, even if they politically disagree with me. But to think that you get wealthy off of a movement and identify yourself and the founders of the group as Marxists, and then to think that you begin to ask questions as to what the real motivations and so forth are here. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But Black Lives Matter, a study from a student at, I want to say Amherst. No. He's University of Massachusetts, Amherst. Travis Campbell, PhD student, found that between 2014 and 2019, the cities that saw a 10% Black Lives Matter protest have also seen a 10% increase in murders over that 6-year period. In addition, these cities showed a reduction. Think about this: a reduction in lethal force by police, resulting in some 300 fewer deaths from 2014 to 2019. So the cities that saw the protests have actually been cities that have had more murders, an increase of, I think, 10% is what it said, and a decrease in police violence. That's where we've seen the most protests by Black Lives Matter. Just information. This information came from the Daily Wire as well. I've got to take a break. Quick timeout, come back and wrap up. Sit tight, back here in just a minute.
Enrollment in Todd's conservative, not bitter university is now open. For a limited time, save $10 on Todd's first course, A Christian's Guide to Being a Patriot. For more information or to enroll, visit conservativenotbitter.com. Sponsored in part by Workforce Chaplains. Could your business or organization benefit from the services of a professional team of chaplains? Meet the needs of your employees and foster an excellent work environment with Workforce Chaplains. For more information, visit workforcechaplains.com today.
Our sense of smell stimulates memory and emotion. A scent can seemingly transport us to another place in time. Homemade, hand-poured candles and melts from spur-of-the-moment creations will give your nose the experience the rest of your body is missing during any season of the year. Crackling firewood, fresh-cut grass, Macintosh apple, and even racing fuel are some of their over 200 engaging fragrances. Visit spurofthemomentcreations.com and enter coupon code TODD at checkout to receive 15% off your order today.
Weddings, reunions, business, church, or family retreats, Indiana Paradise Retreat is a hidden gem located right here in central Indiana. With over 11,000 square feet, a theater, gym, sauna, hot tub, pool, stocked lakes, and even an on-site event hangar, we have just the place for your next event. Find us on Airbnb, VRBO, or just search for Indiana Paradise Retreat. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Are you tired of manually opening the gate every time you pull in the drive, especially during the freezing cold, pouring rain, or hot, humid weather? Then Gatekeeper Services has your solution. They offer affordable residential and commercial motorized units for your gated properties. Veteran-owned with over 50 years' experience in motorized gate sales and repairs on any make or model, and with numerous entry control options, Gatekeeper Services takes pride being certified in both automated gate system design and operator installation. Simplify your life today by calling 317-714-4061.
Hey Indianapolis, by now you've probably heard about Jody Dowdle with Midwest Tax Group. Jody and his team are experts at helping you prepare your personal or small business tax returns. You can count on Midwest Tax Group to get every deduction possible and work for your higher refund. And not just on this year's taxes, they'll check your prior returns for any tax savings you may have missed for free. Are you behind on filing your returns? They can file past due returns and help negotiate with the IRS, too. They complete most tax returns within a week and charge an affordable, flat fee, no hourly billing. And as their client, you can consult with the team at Midwest Tax Group year-round at no charge. Midwest Tax Group has 4 office locations in Castleton, Greenwood, Plainfield, and Greenfield, with evening and weekend appointments available. Schedule your appointment today at 317-288-5260. That's 317-288-5260. Or visit their website at mwtaxgroup.com. Midwest Tax Group can help you more than any piece of software ever could.
Hi, this is Caleb with Gluff Plumbing. Does your home need some plumbing updates? Gluff Plumbing is your solution. We specialize in updating old plumbing, everything from water heaters to well pumps, to underground leaks and everything that has to do with water entering and leaving the home, including water and sewer main excavations. We pride ourselves on old-fashioned customer service. Call Gluff Plumbing at 765-721-6789 or visit gluffplumbing.com. That's GLUFF plumbing.com. Call us today.
Are you concerned about your investments? Intrepid Financial has been educating, customizing, and servicing Hoosier investment portfolios since 1998. Our family-owned and operated business builds strong bonds with our clients. When you call, we answer the phone, always ready to walk you through your investment strategy. Intrepid means without fear. We want our clients to be fearless, to feel secure with their investments. Give us a call at 317-818-1776 or visit us online at intrepidfinancial.com.
Welcome back, my friends. Final segment here of the program. Got to wrap up quickly. But we've got, look, there's an all-out assault on our way of life, our country, from multiple fronts being advanced in a lot of crazy ways. And look, we have to fight back. We have to, I think one of the things we have to do is persuade others to stop voting for jokers that do this silly stuff. Sometimes some of these voters are even embarrassed by this, and they should be. Folks, I've got to go. Thanks for listening. SDG. See you tomorrow. Take care.
All your life, you've planned and taken care of the people you love. They always knew you had a plan.
Taking care of your final wishes will give them one final gift. Buying your headstones direct through Thomas Monument saves your loved ones additional stress during a difficult time and saves money by cutting out the middleman. Call 317-244-6525 or go online to thomasmonument.com to understand why families have trusted us since 1962.
As a listener of this program, I have no doubt that you embrace the value of hard work, honesty, and integrity. And when you have the opportunity to work with a company that fully embraces and shares these values, I'm sure you jump at it. Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing is just that type of company in Central Indiana. Jeff and Jod Woods have a team of professional technicians here to help tune up your furnace or install a quality new train system. And they're also here to fix those nasty plumbing problems that seem to happen at the absolute worst time. So the next time you have a plumbing, heating, or cooling need, give the good folks at Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing a call. Call 317-831-5279. That's 317-831-5279. Or visit economyheatingandair.com.
Corin Homes is expanding their 55-plus community. Briar Creek is the only senior manufactured home community in Indianapolis featuring Indiana-built homes. Floor plans and finishes starting at $75,000. Enjoy affordable, low-maintenance lifestyle with the charm of a residential neighborhood. Located minutes from I-465 in Fort Harrison State Park. Corin Homes, family-owned and operated since 1955. Check us out at COHRONhomes.com. Mention the Todd Huff Show and receive a $1,000 discount on your new home.